Year 2024, I think it's fair to say that we don't see as much from Marshall as we do from brands like Victory, Blackstar, Friedman, all of whom have like pretty active social media and marketing campaigning stuff. I feel like Marshall have sort of left this space sort of to be occupied, and are they really as relevant in 2024 as they have been in previous years? Is there something that needs to change with Marshall, and do we want more Bluetooth speakers from them?
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
I've just plugged here into my Mesa Boogie EV speaker. This is my buddy Chris, his TSL 60 triple super lead JCM 2000, a 60 watt piece of kit. Is that good? Doesn't sound great. Like an absolutely serviceable clean to me, that seems. If we kick over now towards our drive, we got 2 drive channels, so the volume here. I don't know, is it me or is it the cleans that this amp is actually doing a more impressive job of? I'm really liking the clean. If I go over to the next channel, overdrive. Like, that's pretty bonk. If I get away from the amp, that's actually really, really sweet too. So the thing for me is, I think the drive stuff has sort of been surpassed. If you think about like the Friedman Dirty Shirley, for example, which is, I guess, in this vein in terms of like a hot-rodded JTM 45 sort of thing. So it's like that Marshall thing, but more. I think this is kind of the idea, like a bit more, you know, from a Marshall kind of tone, like it's more gain than you'd have on a traditional Plexi and stuff. And I think maybe the Friedman stuff is able to do a bit more of a, I don't know, what you'd want from a Marshall drive channel. I think of my Head First Dirty Shirley clone. The cleans on this I think are better. The drive on the Head First I think is better. So maybe that's why these things, like where Marshall have tried to combine lots of elements, you know, an amp that does a few things quite well, versus like the Friedman Dirty Shirley, which can do, you know, edge of breakup or drive tones really, really well, can't do so much of the clean. And maybe that's what Marshall have been trying to do too much in one box. Is that what's going on? Then also you get kind of with this particular model some reliability issues. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe Marshall should be simplifying. And also for me personally, I think Marshall should be talking about the things that their amps that have been around for years can do really well. You think of like a JCM 800, you can think of a Plexi, you think of a Silver Jubilee, you think of a JTM 45. Like, those amps are not just designed to be played on 10. If you're looking for clean stuff and you're looking for edge of breakup stuff, I think, you know, a JTM 45 can do an awful lot of different tones. A JCM 800 as well, not just a drive amp. I think that there's a gap that Marshall have kind of left. And to me, this sounds as good as, you know, the Victory stuff that I've tried on the channel. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And Marshall leaving a bunch of stuff on the table, to me, it doesn't seem like they really need to change the recipe too much. It's more like, well, get people talking about Marshall again if you can, because what they're already doing, you know, making the Plexis, they're still making the JTM 45. They're making these smaller studio versions of the amps, which to me, I didn't love as much as some people, but I think some people were really liking them. They don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, the wheel has already been, that Marshall were there for the very start of it. To me, it's like, just get people talking about this stuff again. Send Pete Thorne a Marshall or something. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you consider a Marshall amp in 2024 for certain stuff? I think, yeah, there's a bunch of this Marshall territory where we've generally thought of Marshall as like a rock gainy amp, but I'm pretty sure like that clean channel for me is totally valid if I'd switch over to the drive, but take the drive down a bit. Yeah, do Marshall need to reinvent the wheel, or should they just be doing what they're good at, which I think is maybe not so much these multi-channel beasts, and maybe the multi-channel amp in general has kind of been ousted a little bit for modelling type stuff, like the people that would have gone for a 4-cable method, you know, Marshall style amp like this with, you know, 3-4 channels. I think those are the kinds of guys that are more likely to go over to the Axe-Fx and stuff like that. I think you're not going to win those guys back, I don't think, but, you know, there's still a bunch of people out there that are looking for, you know, a single channel amp that does various things, and I think Marshall make a lot of those that are relatively reasonably priced. Yeah, I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments.